Hey guys, you're watching Boondocking with Dennis. We're heading over to Indianola, Texas. Lots of history there, historic markers. It's right along beautiful Matagorda Bay. Looks like we got a warm day, sun and haze. This is for my good friend Leanne. Good morning, Leanne. I hope you're doing well. You ready? Roll my intro. The button on the left there. Zimmerman Cemetery. Look at that. It's got bullet holes in it, guys. Dang. The earliest marked grave in the Zimmerman Cemetery that of Georgetown Wigged. I'm butchering your name, buddy. I apologize. Is dated 1852. In 1863, Wittig's daughter Catherine married John Gonzalez, who had come to Indianola in 1858 with Joseph Mendez as a caretaker for a shipload of camels, imported by the U.S. Army as part of an experiment in frontier transportation. Natives of Spain, both Gonzalez and Mendez, are buried in the graveyard. The burial ground, which served the communities of Magnolia Beach and Indianola, takes its name from the family of August Zimmerman. I did not see any access to that cemetery. Just some barbed wire fences and some locked gates. Here's more locked gates. You know why they put fences around cemeteries? Because people are dying to get in. Yep, dying to get in. Well, this is pretty. That is Matagorda Bay. Lavaca Bay is to our left and up a bit. The Great Camel Experiment. No immigrants arriving in Indianola were quite as exotic as the 75 camels that came ashore in 1856 and 1857 from Algeria, Tanzania, Egypt, and Turkey. Can you imagine that? As early as 1836, politicians, diplomats, and the military were considering the importation of camels for use in North America's desert wastelands. In 1853, Secretary of War Jefferson Davis, a man familiar with harsh desert conditions, proposed to Congress the use of camels as pack animals in the desert Southwest. Congress approved the request on March 3rd, 1855. So it took them 3 months to get here. They used the two-humped variety. They also used the one-hump variety. Many residents of Indianola recalled the unusual sight of camels being led through the streets. By February 1857, a second government shipment of 41 camels arrived in Indianola. Wow, that is quite a history. In 1861, upon the outbreak of the Civil War, Mexico border, in 1861, upon the outbreak of the Civil War, all U.S. military assets, including the camels, came into possession of Confederate troops. And after the war, the camels were auctioned off. And this is absolutely beautiful. And if I drove by this before, I don't remember it. Look at that. They got the little picnic area there. Very nice. Well, guys, right here on Matagorda Bay, this is the Salle Monument. And Salle was a French explorer credited for the discovery of what is now Montreal, and spent a lot of time down here in the Gulf of Mexico, particularly in our part of Texas, looking for another way up the mouth of the Mississippi. And he was about 600 miles off, but the wind is blowing, and I don't even know if it's going to come out. The wind is blowing really hard, yet there are mosquitoes. And LaSalle is out looking at Matagorda Bay. Let's see directly what his view would be. Oh, he's looking over there where the sun is. He's actually looking right at the Love Shack. So good for him. LaSalle's fate is unknown. He disappeared somewhere in this area. Many people think it was either to pirates, which were prominent in the area, or even the Karankawa. When you're coming down this road, you come to the Salle Monument, and you would think it's the end of the road, and almost hidden between the trees is this little road that takes you to Indianola. I do remember this, and there's a couple markers here, and we will check them out. So this is the old town well, and this is what remains of Indianola, Texas. Let me show you these markers, and we'll get a little bit more of the history. The Chihuahua Road. Between 1844 and 1887, Indianola grew to become a cosmopolitan port city that was second only to Galveston. Indianola became a port for trade and was the eastern terminus of the Chihuahua Road that traveled overland from the mines of Chihuahua City in Mexico. The mines of Mexico were primarily silver, but also included copper, zinc, and lead. Other trails, such as the Santa Fe Trail, were long and difficult routes. The Chihuahua Road became popular as a more direct route. And this one tells you about the town of Indianola and how it was destroyed in hurricanes in 1875 and 1886 until it was eventually abandoned. And there's another marker right here. And this is where the old courthouse was. The Indianola Courthouse for Calhoun County. Stood right here. Must have been a nice view. And I think there's a marina down here at the end. And the marina might have a little burger place, or a little bit of food. He looked happy, didn't he? I guess we got a couple more houses, and then the burger place is down here, if it's still there. You read about stuff online, and it just doesn't happen anymore. Or you get there and things have changed, I would not mind living out here. How much to park under your house? You can get water from the hose there. No thanks. You can plug in. I ain't got nothing to plug in. Well, there's no restroom. I got a pee jug, buddy. I am good. Where do you go number 2? You just tell me what you want fertilized. Fishing. Oh, this is cool. They get creative with the old boats around here, don't they? Well, there it is, folks. The world famous Indianola Fishing Marina. It's actually pretty cool. Right next to the marina, they got My Jackie. I'm digging it. I like this area a lot. There's the boat ramp. And they got some cabins over there. And some RVs parked. This is a laid back place. Some of these are in really good shape. You know, on one of the placards here, I read there were a group of 60 Germans who wanted to leave the New Braunfels area when the Civil War broke out. They were against slavery, and they wanted to come here and move on down to Mexico. Well, the locals didn't like that too much, and they were slaughtered, men, women, and children. It's pretty amazing how ugly we can be to each other. There you go, guys. Lazy Beach Rental. 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath, washer, dryer, Wi-Fi, private beach access. 713-205-1901. Thanks for riding along today, guys. I appreciate you. I did think I knew how to get there. I done think I knew how to get there. Henry, you never know where you're going. Shut up, Ethel. I'm in charge here. Ethel, hand me that map.